What's up, folks, and welcome to Indie Showcase. This is a weird one, I gotta tell you. I jumped on this one because it was another roguelike, and it looked like it was a roguelike done in almost the NES Zelda style. And while it is that, I'm a little perplexed by this one. So this is Cave Bad. Yes, indeed. And it comes to us from eastasiasoft, which is a publisher that's put out a lot of fairly unique stuff, actually. And strangely enough, it's only on consoles. This is a game that could run on an absolute potato, but it's not on PC for some reason. I don't know why. It's on the Xbox One, it's on the Switch, and it's on the PS4, and by extension, the newer machines as well. But yeah, no PC version. So we're going to be taking a look at it on the PlayStation today. That's what I got code for. It's inexpensive. It's only $5 US, but, well, you're going to see why that is. And I like the aesthetic it's got going for it, but I find it's pretty darn shallow. But you folks might like it a little bit better than I did. So I'd really like to get the opportunity to show this to you guys and show you what it looks like here. So yeah, this is very much a roguelike in that NES sort of visual and auditory style, which I like. I think that's actually a really cool idea. I think the aesthetic is something that they nail pretty much perfectly, to be honest with you. But it's incredibly short. I found it to be incredibly easy. And while sort of the idea of this is that you will do multiple runs of it in order to get a better score, there's no leaderboards in it. There's only one high score thing. There's no online leaderboards at all. Like, there's one general high score, but there's no actual leaderboard or anything like that. I don't mean this to sound derogatory, but the game almost feels like a student project a little bit. And yeah, it's got interesting ideas. I just wish it had more to it. So what you're doing here is you're this little dwarf guy who's trying to rescue his lady friend, and you're going through this dungeon where you got to take out creatures. You gotta try to pick up some power-ups. You'll see here, like in a lot of roguelikes, there's sort of a store midway that you could spend some of your money on, and you got to basically blow your way through the level and take out the boss. And then there are 5 levels in total, and you have to take out at the end the boss. I'm not kidding you, it's called Cool Thulu, and it kind of looks like a giant demon that looks like he's out of a 90s toy ad. Yeah. So you have 2 main attacks. You've got your hammer thing, which I've already upgraded with explosive bullets, and then by using the triggers you can drop bombs, sort of Bomberman style. These can be upgraded as well. And sort of one of the appeals of this game is that you're going to see here, the levels are randomly generated. So you're going to see here, I literally moved one room over and the boss was here. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That happens sometimes. But what you can also do is you can also place bombs on the walls of almost any room and get yourself another room. So if you want to actually grind out some extra points or potentially grind out some extra power-ups or money or whatever, it's actually very easy to do that. You don't have to follow the sort of prescribed path of the level in order to get where you need to get. So, you know, you don't have to mainline it if you don't want to. You can actually really choose to just grind things out if you like. Though I find there really isn't a lot of point to that for the most part, because I found things are so easy that you rarely ever have to buy any of the upgrades, and a lot of the times the game will just drop the upgrades you need. So you start the boss like this. Now you may notice there that because I had exploding bullets, when I hit the boss, while it was doing his little intro sequence there, it actually was doing damage to him. Yeah, that's a thing that happens too. So the bosses, if you don't have any upgrades and all you're fighting with is your normal axe and your basic bombs, they can actually be somewhat challenging. I've actually had a little bit of a hard time with that. But getting upgrades is incredibly easy and will happen incredibly fast, you know, not unlike this. So there. So you have unlimited bombs, but you have different color types, and those have different attributes. So you have black bombs, copper bombs, there's gold bombs, and I believe there's other ones as well. And essentially what happens is the different ranks have different levels of effectiveness. Basically, the powers go further. Now, you can hurt yourself by getting caught in the blast of your own bombs. Not the explosive bullets, which looks basically exactly the same, but yeah. Now, I have also been told, you saw that thing called a mark that I picked up there? Now, I have been told that something special happens when you get a certain number of those, and I have not yet. So maybe that's ultimately what you're going for. And to get all of those, you do have to grind for a while. Just playing the game to its base conclusion will not get you those. Or it might, it's randomly generated, but I've never gotten more than one. So you're probably going to have to really, really grind in order to do that. So that does give you a little bit of an incentive there to keep your run going longer. I don't know what happens with there, but I can't imagine it's something that's fundamentally game-changing. And this is the thing. This game is only $5, but to do a base run where you get through 5 levels and take out the final boss, at which point the game ends. It doesn't loop, it doesn't give you like a new game plus or anything, it just ends. It took me less than maybe 20 minutes when I did it the first time. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's really, really, really fast. And yes, this game isn't expensive, but even for $5, that's pretty darn short. Now again, you're probably going to want to, you know, if you want to play this to its full conclusion, you are probably going to want to grind out those, I believe they're called devil marks, to see whatever sort of hidden ending you get from that. So you see that you have shields here and health that you can get as well. Shields, when they're gone for good. Health you can recharge is the idea. So you see here, but you see how pretty easy this is being right now, right? Again, if you don't have power-ups or choose not to use them, the bosses are a lot harder. But yeah, if you have them, you're gonna smoke them pretty fast, and that's the thing. I wanted to show this game to you guys because I like what they were going for here. Like, an NES old-school Legend of Zelda style roguelike sounds like a cool idea, and I really do think they nailed the aesthetic. I like the music. I actually do like the graphics. You know, and it plays pretty well. I'm just baffled by how easy it is and how short it is. Like, if this either looped and got more difficult on each loop, or, which doesn't feel like it would be that hard a mechanic to put into it, or if it's had more levels, sure, but yeah, you can go for that sort of final, you know, that rumored bigger ending with the devil marks or whatever, but it's not, like, I don't see that that's going to change things fundamentally in a huge way, you know? I just don't see that myself. I actually had a bit of a rough go there. And, well, here's another interesting thing, and I have a feeling this may have been done on purpose to sell a few extra copies of this, but, you know, there's one of those rare games that comes out where the achievements / trophies are so easily designed, or designed to be so easy, that people who are really into trophies and achievements can get, you know, 1,000 GamerScore or a platinum trophy with almost no effort. Yeah, this is one of those. You can get, I got the platinum trophy in this game in maybe 5 minutes. It's really, really easy, and it's that way on purpose, I think. I mean, it has to be. Either that or the developer just hates... There are a couple of games out there where the developer actually really hates the concepts of trophies and achievements, but they have to put them in their game in order to get them on the platform, so they just make them trivially easy to go, here you go. It could be that, too. It's possible. But... yeah, it's entirely possible that's the case, but it is dead easy to S-rank this game. So if that's something you're into, $5 for a platinum trophy or 1,000 GamerScore, people who are really into that stuff would probably find that a hot bargain. So you do have that, I guess. I mean, sure. And this is why I wanted to show this to you guys, because some people might want to play this for just the aesthetic. I mean, I've kind of enjoyed it for that. And this concept of this sort of, I guess, hidden ending you can get, which, by the way, is not tied to those achievements or trophies or anything whatsoever, might be something that's appealing to you as well. And it might be... And this is sort of casual, and obviously it's quite easy, so it's a game you could kind of zen out to. You know, I've covered a couple of games that are like that lately, that are just kind of good zen background things. And the barrier to entry is certainly very, very low. I mean... with the amount of content that's in it, some people, kind of myself included, might think that $5 is a little bit much for this, but, you know, it's not a lot of money, and, you know, it's got a cool aesthetic and a cool sound, and some generally just interesting ideas in it. I just wish they were fleshed out a lot more. It's really kind of a shame to me, because I like a lot of the ideas that this game is putting down. It just didn't roll with them enough. It just didn't expand on them enough. And I feel like if this had the opportunity to be in development for longer than it was, it could have really expanded upon those things and been more interesting. And if there is some crazy amount of hidden depth to this that you get by getting those devil marks or whatever, I mean, that's cool, but the game doesn't advertise itself as that at all, and I only found out about that when looking up something with the trophies, just to see how incredibly easy they were, and somebody mentioned them in a comment. That's how I knew about it. So if that's the feature that unlocks all the depth and stuff, well, they didn't pitch that. And, you know, you can't really get points for something that you purposely hide from people behind something that's frankly kind of shallow. You know, I mean, we're almost at the end of this already, and you've seen how trivially easy this is once I picked up the you know, just one weapon upgrade. You know, it's this is really all there is to it, and it's unfortunate, because yeah, I'd love to see this. So yeah, like, look here, look how much damage I did to him in one initial hit there. So you see, you can just kind of stand out of the way here. I'm just mashing, 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 and that's a run done. Spoilers, I guess? Yeah. It's just baffling to me, because the developer built a really great framework here, and they just kind of decided to stop before they added the depth, and I'm really not sure why. It's just it's such a confusing game to me. And yeah, I wanted to show this to you because, like I said, some of you might be in it for the aesthetic or something else, or maybe you even just want an easy achievement and trophy game. No judgment, you do you, you know. But it's really hard to recommend this as the you know, as a full experience the way it is, because it's just there's just not much to it. And if there is more to it, well, they don't make that clear up front. And it didn't take long for me to draw some impressions of this, because, well, there's not much to draw impressions from. But I like the core framework here. And because this game's inexpensive, maybe it'll sell a decent amount. Maybe they could make something bigger from it. I'd love to see that. And eastasiasoft has put out some really good stuff. You know, they didn't actually develop this. This was developed by somebody called Panda Indie Studio, which is a single person. But eastasiasoft has published some really good stuff. So, you know, maybe this is something that could be expanded upon. I'd like to see that. So like I said, the barrier to entry is quite low. It's very easy to get into. So maybe this is something that would appeal to you. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to see it. I mean, you've seen a run of it there. But, you know, sometimes some easy casual things are welcome, and maybe that's the thing that you'd want. But yeah, after covering this, I think I've kind of hit the wall with it. I'm gonna take my platinum trophy, and I think that's good enough for me. But thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Cave Bad, published by eastasiasoft and developed by Panda Indie Studio. It is available on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. It is not on PC again, very strangely enough. I don't know why that's not the case. Probably should be something they should look into. But eastasiasoft doesn't tend to publish a lot on non-consoles, so maybe that's why. But yeah, hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and like the video. That does help me out a great deal. And leave a comment below and tell me, you know, what do you think about this? Do you know of another roguelike that is done in this sort of NES Zelda style out there that I may have missed? Because I really love the concept of one of these done with that aesthetic, and maybe there's another one out there that I don't know about. But yeah, tell me what you think. I'd love to hear about it. So thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next episode of Indie Showcase. You folks have yourselves a good one. Take it easy, everybody.